and that's like pretty much like we said before we started, like I was rock bottom with all of my debt and everything. And so now being in this program and working, I'm pretty much almost out of all of the debt stuff. And then so now I'm working on like I got caught up and now it's working on really like in saving, investing. So like I've,
Sure.
kind of come out of that hole a
Like,
lot.
And
Like I
you can
said, it's
see
been
the
different.
future, which is nice.
Yeah.
Like you actually know finally. Like it's not like just like okay, rock bottom to good, but now we're like, okay, well, I know the exact timeline.
well, there's a light there, yeah, and you can see
Yeah.
it's not like you're completely out of the woods yet.
Sure.
But you can, yeah, that's the hardest part. You want it to magically go away, but it's not going to, in theory.
No,
What
but
would
I
you,
feel like we really addressed a lot in the 6 months that we've been in the program.
and I love how it's lifetime now, so it's not like anybody's getting booted. Like you guys have access for a lifetime to continue to ask questions, all that kind of stuff, which is awesome.
Well, I mean, that's a great thing you did there, Brendan. I mean, as far as with the access, because like I said, just educational part for me. I mean, if I need to go back and like you said, I can go back into your library of stuff and just be like, oh, I had a question on the child investing, for example. I can boom find it there. Or I just had a follow-up call with Tom last week. He just wanted like a catch-up call too at the end.
Yep.
And there's one question I have listed down here. He's like, "Well, bring that to the Q&A, and maybe you can like help there."
Sure. Yeah.
So,
That's
But
awesome. Well, go
I
ahead.
really, I'm just gonna say, everything that you did in the whole program, it's just been so beneficial, and I've saved so many things, and like even like simple things, like at the beginning where you had like just like all of these keys, like don't buy a house that's more than this, and like don't buy a car and do this and do that. And it's, and I've talked to a lot of other people and even my parents and stuff. I'm like, this is stuff that they really need to be teaching in school, because like nobody learns this stuff. And then you get in these situations and then you try and like get out of it. And I'm like, for our girls, and like I said, I've talked to a lot of other people, and I'm like, it's just such important information that I really wish they would teach in school.
100% agree. I always say like this is like kind of the new age school, and you can now help your children not be in that same position instead of like
Exactly.
taking on the 40% monthly mortgage payment. Now you're like, hey, stay within 25%. You can't afford the 40%, and they'll be in a good position. That's awesome. It's good to hear, guys. And I'm glad we're here for a lifetime, and we're obviously here to take you guys continually down the right path and eventually get to that investing part where we're just crushing it every single second. What would you guys tell to somebody that is on the fence, coming on, maybe thinking about joining the program, and they're like really nervous? What would you say to that individual? Or maybe even you guys think about yourself. What would you have told yourself 6 months ago?
well, I mean, it just like that second part of that initially, like I said, I followed you for a while, and you're putting stuff out there on Instagram, whatever, and you put out the free spreadsheet, this and that, and I mean, I was on the fence of, do I really need this? Do I need to do it? Blah, blah. Do I want to spend the whatever it was,
Sure.
on that, and being, I don't know, frugal or whatever it is. Like I'm like, I don't need that. I don't need it. Whatever. But then I'm like, you know what? Got to do it. Let's just do it. It's for education, and I felt like I don't know how to say it, like I needed to get back to you. I mean, you needed to like. I don't like getting things for free. So you're everything that you put together. I could see how long it took to put that together. So it was just really, really great. And I would say if you're on the fence to do it, it's what can you lose, really? I mean, you're putting the money up front, but like you said, when I look at where you start from and you're looking at the spreadsheet to where I am now, and you see like just the net worth one, like you increased your net worth in that amount of time. I already made up my money, really. I mean,
Exactly. Yeah.
it's already there. I mean,
Well, and another thing like that was so nice is like you in the program go over like every aspect. So it's not just investing and it's not just saving. Like you do like all of the wills and the trusts and all of those aspects. And like years before we started this, we did like a financial planner and all of that, and like the life insurance. And then even with that, like I feel like we've learned so much more from you that he even went back with our life insurance and changed some of the stuff. So it's kind of like we didn't even really need that. We probably would have just been better off with just you from the beginning.
oh, not necessarily. I don't take any regrets. And there's no regrets with
But
it.
still, like you learned a lot about
I mean, there's no regrets of what I did. It's just like sometimes I think you get complacent in where you're at and you don't go back and review it. And it's like it's just staying on top of it. It's like with anything too. You go work out for
Sure.
3 months and then you like I take off for like a year and it's like, what the heck am I doing? Like, you got to just stay with it. So it's like, there's just a refresher, and having the consistency is what it is. And like the biggest thing I said, if you automate this stuff, it's doing it for you, you know?
Once you build
So
the system, it's automated. So you can
yeah,
go live life and you can go enjoy what you want
yeah.
to do.
And just the one other thing that you do brought in that I thought was really good is the behavioral aspect of it, because nobody gets the mental aspect. Like it's all mental.
Mhm.
Like sometimes you're looking at a purchase. Do I really need that? No, sit on that for 48 hours. No, I don't need that. But yeah, there's a lot of mental in everything. So that I thought she was really good.
That's awesome, guys.